Hello everyone, this is Ashish in front of you on the completion of the revolutionary tax system, the GST. So today we have with us the Mr. KAPIL Mahani, the partner of the GST expertise leading the Indirect Tax division. Mr. KAPIL, as you are into the Indirect Tax world from the last 10 years, so how you will summarize the journey of the GST, the last 1 year journey, into 5 hits and the 5 misses?
So thanks Ashish. So the journey was very quite challenging, and but yes, we did it quite well in terms of in a country like India, where there are 29 states and union territories, and every state has its own way of doing the things, specifically in the free GST regime. So if we summarize the 5 points in terms of the under the GST positive standpoints, specifically there was less involvement of the departmental officers in the GST regime, though there was exceptions with regard to LUT, but also later on it backed up by the online process only. Secondly, if we see the credit aspects, there is an increase based in the customers to avail the credit. So if we say that there is a increase in revenue, it's only because of the free flow of credit. That's a positive standpoint. Though there was initially glitches in terms of the return filing, but yes, the departmental has taken action to withdraw certain returns to ease up the process of doing the business. Then the third, which is automation of the refund process. The refund process was in respect of the goods, which was never being thought of in the pre-GST regime, which was started. Though there was a delay, there are delays in respect of the refunds, and specifically in respect of the goods. But yes, there are coming through automation process. Lastly, but not the least, in respect to the check post, if we see that check post, there are very limited check posts or no check post, which resulted in ease of doing the business, less involvement in terms of the penalties, or I'll say no penalties, and then the transportation time got reduced, so which is again a positive standpoint from the supply chain management. Now, simultaneously talking about from the negative standpoint, if we see that initially there were plenty of amendments which were coming, and which resulted in a very much increase or complexity in terms of the GST. So, although I can say that it was more to realign the GST law specifically from the industry standpoint, but negative point. Then, if we see there was glitches in terms of the IT, and wherein the returns were not being filed on time on account of the servers. In terms of so that backed up by penalties, although they waived off certain penalties. And then the negative standpoint, if we specifically talk about in terms of the advanced ruling, initially there was no advanced ruling. We even tried in certain attempts to certain file advanced ruling in states like Jharkhand, wherein there was no officers which were appointed, and then when they were appointed, then you see that there was a contradictory advanced ruling which were coming. So now the government is thinking into the centralized advanced ruling concept. So there are negative point, but yes, everything has a positive and negative. If we conclude positively that yes, GST has come up in a very positive way for the country like India.